3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul, Mr. Cleveland Warren, living in the city of Cleveland and state of Cleveland in the United States of Cleveland because I'm just Cleveland. Yeah, I'm always Cleveland. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, folks. I've always put my stuff on the phone. Maybe from now on I'll just write the whole damn thing on paper. So, as you all know, this is the top 16 shows that should be revamped. Number 16 is the Andy Griffith Show, which is called Return to Mayberry. The reason why, and this is the plot, Ron Howard, as Opie, realizes that everything's changed. Because, Andy Griffith, most of the cast of the Andy Griffith Show is dead. But, there could be a cameo of Marlo Thomas, and what would your opinion be for Return to Mayberry? Opie returns to Mayberry.
Probably a visit or something like that. I thought they did a made-for-TV movie or something where was it him who came back even too? I forget.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I think it'd be more fun if Ron Howard actually were the one to star in it, and then he could, just. But see, everybody he'd visit with, they've all been dead, and I mean. Andy Griffith is still alive, right? Or did he pass away?
No, he's been gone for
he passed
for 9 years. He's been dead for almost 9 years now.
But yeah, even if all he did was come back and whatever nonsense that he'd get into, just kicking it around town, and they could make references to stuff that used to happen, and I don't know. It's not like you could make him the sheriff. Right.
Well, number 15, Give Me a Break. The working title, Where's My Break? This is this is what I think it should be the following. Joey Lawrence should be the main star of this because he was on the show when he was a kid. Well, third season when they revamped the whole thing. So the plot would be Joey Donovan befriends Nell Harper's or Nell Rowland, because she would be married she married James. Or Nell Rowland, because So yeah, the thing is, here's what happens. Nell and James have a daughter, and her daughter was married, and now she's now widowed and has 3 sons.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the opposite, and African American. And I was thinking she's now the head chief of police of Glenlaw because Nell would always told her daughter about how she took care of the Chief Kaninsky's family and how much the chief meant to her, even though they did butt heads. That's why when Dolph Sweet passed on, the show was in decline because it was like the yin and the yang kind of thing.
You know what would make it interesting is Joey Lawrence did do a show with
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah, and he played her maid or something.
Yes. And I was thinking cameos would be Melissa Joan Hart. You'd have Billy Joel, because actually Joey Lawrence was in Oliver Company, but Billy Joel was there too. I don't know if they became friends or what have you, but and also Thelma Hopkins would be in it as Addie Wilson. As well as the guy who played James, which is in real life he is James, and also the daughters. Actually, I heard Laura Jo Muller is a successful voice actress. Yeah, if you look her up a bit. Yeah, that's how nerdy I am. Number 14, Friends. Working title would be called Friends of Friends. And I know this is probably the whitest New York show ever. Even whiter than I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Even though in many ways, people from Cuba are actually European, mostly European. Well, because most of Latin America, especially in the Caribbean nations, are descended from Spain or some parts of Europe.
Right.
So it's like they're mostly from Europe. Because the natives actually died and excuse me. But Friends of Friends will be a little more diverse. You'd still have, like, Rachel Geller, because Rachel and Ross would get married, and they'd have fam.
Would it be like their kids too, even?
Yes, it'd be their kids. I don't know about who Phoebe and Joey would fall in love with, but you get Monica Bing as well as the other.
Well, Phoebe married a guy towards the end of the show, and then Joey just wouldn't be married, but maybe, it'd be a kid that they didn't realize that he had or something.
Yeah, it's because, that's what I was thinking. And also, they should befriend, like a Puerto Rican person, an African American, even an Asian.
With all the people that are still around, you could just do a one-off Friends movie or something at this point.
and then Ross becomes Naked Ross. Hey, look, everyone! Naked Ross is jumping on a trampoline.
Okay, Paul.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's my favorite character on Friends.
Ugly naked guy?
Yes.
Or Naked Ross?
Ugly naked guy. Even though it's just a guy without his shirt on, mostly.
Are you disappointed by that?
No, I can understand it. But it's television. That's how it works. If you're portraying nude, you just take off your shirt, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, number 13. Step by Step. The working title would be called Step by Step by Step.
Isn't Step by Step technically just a retelling of the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, it is. But, so it's basically one of the characters, I don't know which, I think it should be Brandon Call, who, played JT. He had a bad marriage, or he became widowed, and now he's taking care of so he got remarried, like the whole Brady Bunch thing all over again. And Cody should be back. It's played by Sasha Mitchell. Dude, I'm toasted. Dude.
Didn't he go to jail on pedophile charges or something?
I thought it was drug charges.
One or the other. Maybe both. He offered drugs to young children.
And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Harvey Weinstein did.
Harvey Weinstein killed himself? Oh, he killed the other guy.
Something like that, yeah.
Sure, whatever. So, point being, step-by-step revamp. All right, I'd check that out. Especially if you had, what you should do is you should have the one guy get married to the girl that he hated on the show. The JD character, right?
And JT.
JT, JD, whatever. Jack Daniels, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what on my mind. You're the one drinking now. You have him marry the blonde,
right?
If she's still acting or anything. They had kids from other marriages.
Yes.
And I would watch that show.
And then also you get Patrick Duffy.
Yeah, and have him and Suzanne Summers pop up in occasional episodes. They're the grandparents.
And maybe no, that's something else. Okay, number 12, WKRP. And working title, Return to WKRP. The radio station, the plot is, radio station is now kind of like this techno. What's this? WKRP during the 80s became classic rock. It started off as classical and started becoming a rock and roll station. What do you think? Or maybe it could be controlled by We Fart Media.
Yeah, you call it I Hate Media or whatever, right? Isn't it? It's I Hate Radio. That's what you would think with how some of those stations turn out the crap they turn out.
I call it We Fart Radio.
Yeah, it's I Fart Radio. I Hate Radio. So anyway, it's funny because Jake's in the chat right now and he works for a particular company that we're making fun of.
Hey, Jake, if you ever have time, I want to do a little.
Oh, we'll talk about that. I'll discuss that with him at another time. So anyway, let's see. What was I thinking? Oh, so yeah, so they should become a top 40 station, and it's just all of that crap that they hated, and so it would basically be the same show.
And basically you still get the couple of the other guys that are there, but then they got some new blood, and one of them should actually, one of the guys should actually like the classic rock stuff because, to be truthful,
Jake says call it no heart radio, and it's just someone sitting at a board syndicating programs from LA, and that's just 22 minutes, and that's just the whole thing. It's just a guy sitting at a board.
Or that could be how Hessman's character, the guy who.
And then so he goes rogue at the end of the episode.
It's like,
yeah, music.
Oh, I hate it. And then he just starts playing some good old stuff, and people are listening, and the ratings skyrocket.
It's like, maybe he switches from like one overplayed song to Elvis Costello's Radio Square. Radio.
Stuff like that. Stuff. Good old tunes.
Yeah.
Real music, not stuff about slamming your clams together and how you got mops full of macaroni and cheese or whatever.
And I wash my hair back and forth.
Right, or whatever the latest Taylor Swift stuff is.
Taylor shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually mashed up a song by her with the Beatles paperback writer. It works. I'm going to take it off or something.
Yeah.
Number 11. Welcome Back, Cotter. Working title should be Welcome Back, Barbarino. So John Travolta returns to television as he's in Brooklyn now. He's like, hey, everyone. It sounds like I think he's the only one in that cast that's still around. I know the guy who played Juan Epstein's dead. Maybe Jeffrey Epstein.
Wait, even the guy who played the lead?
I don't know.
I thought he was still like co-hosting poker stuff.
Probably, I don't know. So the show is Welcome Back, Barbarino, and so John Travolta's character
comes back as a teacher,
and now he's teaching this new generation.
That's doable. I'd watch that show. I didn't like Welcome Back, Cotter.
Hey, Cotter!
Let's see.
Number 10. Married with Children. Working title, Children That Are Married. And today this show is controversial because, it's like, yeah, I hate my wife.
The children have gotten married.
Yes.
It's not like that's just like, Mormons marrying 11-year-olds. They're not Mormons. I shouldn't say Mormons, put a specific name to it. But crazy cults.
Yeah.
That are
so basically, and then they can still use the maybe have Michael Bublé sing "Love and Marriage." I don't know. Love and marriage, love and marriage. So basically, the working title be "Children That Are Married," and
the children have gotten married.
Yeah, children got it.
Yes. So. Although I think they were talking about possibly doing that because Ed O'Neill had what's her name? She played
Katie
Leela.
Seagal.
Katie Seagal.
Fry. Because she played Fry on Futurama. Leela.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No place like I want to be a witch.
So between Katie Seagal, both of them are still. She's in another new show now after doing that biker show, and then he had just done the show that he was doing, where he was married to the hot Hispanic chick.
The Middle.
No, he wasn't on The Middle. It was another ABC show.
Modern Family.
That was it. And so
they're all just not linked together anymore.
Hey, do you have one for Taxi at all?
No, that'll be an honorable mention. I'm sorry.
Oh well, it doesn't have to be an honorable mention because I'll just tell Jake's joke now that instead of Taxi, you just call it Uber.
Sure.
All right, so that's a joke. Good job, Jake. Funny joke. All right, get back to your list. I'm sorry.
Number 9, Charles in Charge. I don't have a working title for that, but Scott Baio returns as the boy living downstairs, and now he has a new group of. He's married, and
so wait, it should be his family, and he's got to hire somebody to take care of his kids.
It could be, or like Willie Ames's character.
But then what? It's Willie Ames's character, and he's married. And wait, what? But he was just the goofy buddy, wasn't he?
Yes.
He didn't actually live in the house, right?
I don't think so.
Those were other kids.
Right.
He was just Scott Baio's buddy.
Yeah.
It should be that it's Scott Baio and his family, and he's got to hire somebody else. So, but he could still hang out with Willie Ames. Like they could still be like buddies.
What would the working title be?
Well, Jake suggests maybe Baio's the boss.
Yeah. Instead
of Who's the Boss, Baio's the boss. He'll never get a show though. That's not in liberal Hollywood. But we're not going to go down that route.
That was number 9.
We won't go down that route.
Let's go to intermission.
Yes, do this.
Yes, we are going to, pretty soon we're going to have the Warner Brothers Sports Show coming back up again. Then we have, next week, we're going to do a new show called TV Caesar, where I play a TV.
Oh, we're starting that next week?
Well, if you want to.
It's up to you. I mean, as you know, you're going to be, it depends on our work schedules.
Yeah, so maybe, but as soon as possible.
Okay.
If we can do it next week, that'd be great.
What's the plan for TV Caesar again? You just talk about a TV show?
Yeah, it's like Mystery.
And you dress like a weird Caesar guy?
Yes.
All
and,
right.
Because also I'm going to review, I was thinking about reviewing Major League next week.
Is that for the movie?
The movie.
Show?
Yeah, movie
sign?
Yeah,
Okay.
so should I do Major League or should I do Grand Hotel? I don't care.
Which one do you feel more comfortable with?
I could start with Grand Hotel because then it's a segue to
Major League somehow?
No, to see TV Caesar because
okay.
Because there's one of my favorite bands, Procol Harum, made a song called TV Caesar.
Oh.
And they had an album called Grand Hotel. And
all right, that is a big stretch, but so long as you explain it when you do it, just as you are now.
Because we're doing an album cover. That's next week is TV Grand Hotel. People come in, people go out. Excuse me, and nothing ever happens. Well, not outside or by the lobby or what have you, but inside, it's a great film. I suggest it, but then we'll also have the priest, rabbi, minister thing, and is there a way we can do a GoFundMe, go fund yourself for a short film?
Wait, you want to make a short film now too?
I still want to make Parma Flamingos.
That's it. It's so long as we figure out how to get our damn camera working, that's all that matters.
Okay, well, maybe we get some assistance and have go fund yourself something, and also maybe, and we'll have other shows, Craftastic Movie Show, and like the other that show, and then maybe the Tap. But click that like button, click subscribe, and get notified. And since we're segueing to Who's the Boss, number 8 is a revamp of Who's the Boss. It's called She's the Boss.
Oh, okay. So it's funny that you said Bayo is the boss. As the next one was Who's the Boss? Creativity, Jake. It was actually literally on your list as 8? Well, how about that? You can't even make this stuff up.
Alyssa Milano, is playing Samantha Maselli, and
she's a huge liberal, so they'd love her.
And she
can have a show anytime she wants. She doesn't even have to sit on a casting couch.
And basically,
hashtag Me Too.
And the plot is, I'm part of the Me 3 movement, the odd guy at a date.
I'm Me 0.
But yeah, Alyssa Milano's character would be Samantha Maselli. She wanted to do what her dad did, play baseball, and wanted to form ladies Major League Baseball, but unfortunately she didn't have the strength, so she returns to upstate. She decides to live in New York City in lieu of being in the Connecticut region, because nowadays that generation wants to live in the big city, or some just decides, can just like me, just stay in the city no matter what occasion. But I don't know what the kid's name, like the Bauer son.
Right.
So, but
and you could still have Tony Danza do. You could play like the redhead's role. He could be Rhoda. Rada?
No, Mona.
Mona.
Like Catherine Hellman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd have that Bauer boy be married. Get this, to a guy.
Oh, because he's gay in real life.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Whatever you need to do to make you feel better.
Well, hey, and a lot of people are like, oh no, not another. But in my opinion, this is what I have to say.
It would be good for that show, though, honestly, because then she could have her brother character and her boyfriend over all the time, and she's raising her kids, and that'd be fine. That's where you get all the conflicts of interest, because it's you got Tony Danza's character, you got her character, and then you got her brother, and they're all trying to raise her kids.
And Judith Light can be on the show too. She played the Ms. Bauer.
Oh, did she and Tony wind up getting married?
Yeah, and they could be married on the show. She's the boss, so that'd be a possible show that the number 7, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't have a working title for it, but it could be like Will Smith's children, who's like part of it. I wash my hair up and down. I wash my hair.
Yes. You could have his crazy real life kids on there. I'd watch that.
And I don't know who would be.
They wear that boy of his. I think was wearing some weird one piece thing. Looked like a lady's outfit.
And maybe they have the Dietrich Bader on the show. I still like that.
He was on 2 episodes, right?
But the Bang family did the same thing that the Jeffersons did. Basically, had that Tom and Helen. But maybe how old is Will Smith's? What would you think the working title should be?
Well, Jake is suggesting back in Bel-Air. So here's what I see is that Will moves back to Philly, right? And then he has a family and all that stuff, and that's the 25 years that passes,
right? And
he moves his wife and kids back to Bel-Air. And it's they obviously couldn't ride in a cab the whole way, but
they didn't. They flew a plane.
Oh,
I binged watched the first 4 seasons. I got to get the 5th season because that is, I'll be honest, that's one of the best shows ever.
Well, that's high praise right there.
So let's move to number 6. That 70s show. The working title will be called That 90s Show because right now 90s nostalgia is big. And I was thinking the Eric,
and especially since there was an 80s show that was very short-lived. It had one of the guys from Always Sunny in Philadelphia on it.
Right. But Topher Grace and the Laura lady,
chick from Orange Is the New Black.
Right.
I'm stealing this joke. It's that Norm Macdonald joke. I'll tell it where he says, "So I hear Orange is the new black, and see in my building Kevin is the new black." It's racist. That's just racist. I don't know. When Norm Macdonald tells it, it's funny.
Well, I know they don't cancel you or us, but here's the thing. That 90s show, so...
Yeah, I'd watch that 90s show.
Yeah, because now we have Eric Foreman and his wife, Donna Foreman, and they have a son I don't know what his name would be, but Eric would be a little more open towards his children. And we still have Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp appear like Red and Kitty.
Well, right, exactly. That's the good thing about all these ideas that you're having is that you can call back to the previous show, except for the ones where people have died.
And Michael Kelso, I don't know if he should be divorced because he once married Lori, but
on the show and all that stuff.
Well, they did replace.
But then in real life, because he's married to the real life actress Mila Kunis, they could rekindle that on the show. And you can have that stuff open.
And Fez, and so Fez maybe Fez is going out with and Stephen Hyde just decides to not marry. Did Tim Reed's character have butter or something on the show, or because this was in the end of the series?
I forget. Tim Reed.
Yeah, the guy from WK.
Oh yeah, and then her daughter dated Hyde, but see, Hyde can't be on that show anymore because he got canceled. The actor who plays him.
Really?
Yeah, he's probably never going to act again because he was doing a show with Ashton Kutcher called The Ranch.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of women came out of the woodwork saying that he was being inappropriate with them, and that's just a whole long story.
So Danny Anderson might be arrested then.
Yeah.
Damn it. Number 5, Happy Days. Working title will be called Happier Days. So this could probably be one that Ron Howard can actually have a series on. But
well, yeah, that's so you got Ron Howard and Scott Baio doing all sorts of work now.
So, yeah, I don't know when it would be set, in the 70s or I'd probably say 70s or late 60s or something, because we'd have Richie Cunningham be married, have children or something like that. Could probably be set in the 80s too.
Yeah.
And they become, unfortunately, so yeah, so that would be Happy Days.
Okay.
And
yeah, Happier Days and then set in the 80s though. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Actually, later. But number 4, Home Improvement. They're talking about this one because the working title will be Life Improvement.
I've actually heard rumors of that.
Yeah.
It's probably never going to come back because he wound up just doing that other show with 3 daughters instead.
Yeah.
And I don't think Patricia
Richardson
really seems like she wants to act anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'll say she's open to it, but it seems like she and JTT don't really seem all that in on it.
Yeah, the only person that I could see on there is Zachary Ty Bryan doing the.
Oh yeah, did you know that the youngest kid, the Mark kid, is just nuts?
Terrence Smith.
Yeah, as he went to USC with an ex-girlfriend of mine,
right.
Walk around campus without shoes on, it's all over the place. Oh, he's a nutball.
And Wilson's daughter Willow would give Brad advice because the guy Earl Hyman, the guy who played Wilson, passed on.
So who would take his place?
Willow.
Oh,
Willow Wilson.
Well, that was his daughter, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Or no, was she actually ever on the show? Or
yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Willow Wilson would give Brad advice. So yeah. So basically, that's what would happen. Number 3, Family Ties. I don't have a working title for this, but this is what NBC should have done. When they had the Michael J. Fox show, they should have just revamped Family Ties because everyone knew Michael J. Fox is Alex P. Keaton. So that's how it would work. And Alex, but I don't know if he'd be able to work now because of his Parkinson's.
Right. They've talked. They've said things about. Sorry, I'm coughing. They've said things about even his potential to do another Back to the Future and stuff, and why that's never going to happen. Right. But they've floated out a 4th one of those, and there's all sorts of fanfic on it and all sorts of things.
You still get Meredith Baxter's character.
Yeah.
Stephen Elise. They're
even if all Fox did was show up once every few episodes and just waved hello or something and just kept waving. No, just popped in and said hi.
Okay. What do you think the working title would be?
So Jake's got 2 good ones. One of these was for instead of that line in the song with Happier Days. Happy Days was hot dogs and sock hops. Instead, it'd be cocaine and hair bands.
Do a lot of coke both around the way.
Right? Yeah, there you go. And then Michael J. Fox being in Family Ties. I don't know. That plot seems shaky. You could call it instead of Family Ties. You call it whole lot of shaking going on. No, that would probably work better for the Happier Days thing because that's song reference there.
Number 2, The Facts of Life. The working title would be More Facts of Life. It would be, I don't know which of the girls would be part of it. There's 4 of them. Or we get Molly Shannon back because she was part of the other 4 girls in the first season. Have her return as well helping out. But I don't know if the woman who played Jo would be the best, or should it be the one who played the.
See, I personally always liked Jo the most. She was sort of tomboyish.
Or should it be Blair Warner?
I could see the blonde coming back, right. Or even who was the one who went on to do Living Single? Kim Fields. You could bring them all back, even in a sense. But it would be that one of them or 2 of them are running the place.
Yeah,
and the other 2 just come in.
Because in the finale,
they made a co-ed in the finale.
Eastland High became co-ed.
Okay.
So, yeah, that'd be More Facts of Life. And before I get to the last one, and
Jake says he likes Joe and Blair.
okay,
I was
so
always a Joe fan.
here's the honorable mentions. Amen. The working title will be called Hallelujah.
I like that.
And, it'd be the daughter of Reverend Fry, who's by Sherman Hemsley, and now she's married to the preacher at the church in Philadelphia. And they can encounter a lot of scenarios out there. But, yeah. And Hanging with Mr. Cooper's another one. I don't have a working title for it, but maybe, unfortunately, I have to be Raven Simone's character.
Well, why? You could just keep him, revamp that. Hey, something else for Holly Robinson Pete to do. I've always wanted to see her act again.
Right.
I always thought, because of the times, that if I ever had a TV show, I'd want her to play my mom.
Okay.
Because, she's light-skinned enough. I'm tan enough.
Yeah,
and it would throw people aloof. They'd think, oh, is Mark part black or whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever.
And you guys got that.
Still Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, so, okay, news radio. I don't have a working title for it, but maybe it's a new group of people. But the thing is, they named the studio after Phil Hartman's character on the show.
Yeah, if they still kept the good sense of humor that they had with it, I could see Joe Rogan becoming more the focal point. You still have Andy Dick pop around, and they'd adjust it. You'd almost want a whole new cast.
Yeah, but another one's a Nanny. I don't have a working title for it, but I don't know if maybe Frank Drescher hires.
Like the two of them get married, and then I would not be able to watch a show with Fran Drescher on it.
What shows?
I liked her in UHF. That's about the extent. And when she played, whose girlfriend did she play in a movie? Didn't she play Robin Williams' girlfriend in a movie?
Jack. She was in.
Oh, the one where she was hitting on him and didn't realize he was a 10-year-old child. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird. All right.
That movie can never fly. That should be my dishonorable mentions of movies that can never fly today. But number one, Family Matters. The working title, The Urkels.
Uh-huh.
And here's the plot. Steve and Laura are married. They live at the house next to it. But in the pilot episode, Carl Winslow's house, the Family Matters house that was on in Chicago. They revamped. They built a new one, and I was thinking that like Steve Urkel blows up both houses, and because Carl Winslow has a lot of money in retirement and what have you, he just builds the house from the ground up, a new house from the ground up. So houses blow up like. Did I do that?
And so he's still Urkel, though? He's not going to do, like, a pseudo-more Stefan, or maybe, like, Urkel is grown up some, so he's not
bit,
right?
He works at a computer corp, and Laura. And so one of the children should be accident-prone, because,
So Jake actually is followed on Twitter by Fran Drescher.
Oh.
That's interesting.
And
it's quite the Twitter following. He built that up, huh, buddy?
And you still have the other people. Well, not the woman, not Estelle Winslow. She passed on.
Well, correct. She was
20 years ago.
Wait, so which mom then?
So
there were two different moms.
Yeah,
that's the same problem with the Fresh Prince, though.
Yeah, they pulled it. They pulled a Darren.
Oh, that was different because he never came back. He walked up the stairs, right, and then just never returned. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Judy.
No, the older brother on
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Who was Darren?
From Bewitched.
Oh, they switched. That's right,
yes.
Different actors. But they had the same first name, right? It was Dick Young and Dick Sargent.
Dick York and Dick Sargent.
Yeah, Dick Young. You know how that reads in the phone book?
Yeah.
Young Dick.
Ew.
You're the one who said it.
Now, okay. I'm going to give you your opinion. What TV sitcom would you like to see be revamped?
Oh, wow. You're putting me on the spot there. is honestly many of the. You know what? Even though it hasn't been gone for very long, The League. I really liked the TV show The League, and if they did just maybe one more, just one final season, where because I didn't totally like the way they ended it. Not that it was a terrible ending, but if they just did one last thing to kind of let you know what happened in the years between the because there's an 18-year span that happens in the final episode. I'd like to know what happens in those 18 years, or if they would jump to after those 18 years and just figure out one last year where they're all in their 50s or whatever and all that. Jake has a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the second one first, Scrubs, because honestly, they need some sort of better send-off. When they did that final season, it was garbage. That they didn't even want to do that season. And I've heard a little bit of what the two of them do on their podcast. And just as actors, you could just center a full one-off season with JD and Donald Faison's character. I'd watch that. I would. And then he says Seinfeld. And you kind of need... It didn't really have complete closure with what they did on Arrested... No, what's his face's show? Larry David. Larry David had Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they did a Seinfeld reunion.
Right.
But it wasn't like a traditional reunion. It was talking about doing an episode that they never made.
Maybe it can end with it could start with the four characters returning from prison, out of leaving prison.
You want to know what's happened to them after they've left prison, because it just left with that. And honestly, it was a great way to end the show, and I think that was always the plan.
Well, the thing is, you got to watch the show to see the reason why they went in.
Of course. And I think most people who are watching us now know that.
Yeah, so another one could be Cheers, like maybe.
Okay, do a last one-off with that.
Like, maybe Woody now owns the bar or something like that, or like somebody.
Right, because Ted Danson sold it, right?
I don't know.
However it was that it ended. I just remember him shutting it down, the lights are off, somebody comes up, and he's all like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We're closed," and that's the ending.
Yeah, so or
you're wearing your Cheers T-shirt,
right? But here's another one. I know I hate this show, but How I Met Your Mother, maybe it could help.
It needs a final, last, better send off,
or maybe it could be How I Met Your Father, and it could be revolved around Barney Stinson's character or something.
That'd be interesting. But see, no, then it's just a whole bunch of different women narrating because he's got like 50 different kids out there. That'd be the fun twist on it. You just do one season as Barney Stinson's bastard children getting told the story of how their mother had.
Or how about this one?
Jake says Keenan and Kel.
Okay, how about 2.5 women?
They with the way that ended, I think that there's enough with that one. Or even, and see, so many of these are ones where I think that they would need a movie or just like a one-offer, like take The Sopranos, just like a one-time thing where it just ties that up a little bit better. Yeah, with Keenan and Kel, you know what they should do with Keenan and Kel is just chronicle their times being the same two fellas who the one got crapped on and knocked out at doing SNL, and Keenan's been there for 20 years, even though Kel's funnier.
Okay,
Kel is funnier.
Well, that's it.
You're wrapping it up?
I gotta check something out.
Check what out? Because somebody called? Yeah, so he called. That's fine. You're on camera, so like, even if you whisper stuff, it doesn't matter. We talked to him. It wound up making the other show end, and hey, and Jake even says, "Great show as always." He's been watching. Thanks for watching, Jacob, for watching live.
Yeah, I'm Columbus Cleveland Warren. So we the city of Cleveland and state of Cleveland, and United States of Cleveland. And now, if you excuse me, I'm going to change my name to Mr. Cleveland.
My only problem is the mouse isn't letting me click on the end stream thing. So, I don't know, saying all this stuff about great show as always, I got to plug in a different mouse to make sure that works. So, like, we're still technically going. That's you're on the thing. Why don't you turn into a? Not you. I'm talking to the damn computer. Turn into the clicker thing so I can end the stream. Shit.
I don't know. Just all I have to.
Well, don't kick shit.
What? I didn't kick anything.
Oh, well, just be careful when you're walking then. Then you slam door.